Alrighty, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is January 27th. So we're going to jump into the S&P, kind of look over how it's been doing, and do a recap of Friday as well as the big picture overall. So if you have not done so already, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. It is free to subscribe. I try to pump out videos daily during the week and once or twice on the weekend. So if you guys find value from this content, I would greatly appreciate a subscription. So without further ado, we have the S&P. Obviously, V-shaped recovery from that bounce. Now what's going on in the day-to-day, right? So we do have the daily uptrend. We have higher highs, higher lows. And on Friday, it was a good day. We just had a couple days of consolidation, inside bar Thursday, and then boom, Friday we got a nice pop, nice little lower wick there. And, this does look good to me. It looks like bulls are ready to shoot up again. So let's zoom in a bit. Start with the 4 hour. Okay, not exactly what I wanted. So on the 4 hour, you can clearly see this, obviously, and that's on the daily as well. This level 266.98, pretty much 267 is going to be a level of resistance. We saw that daily consolidation, and then boom, popped up on Friday, but we have not yet cleared that level. We're really going to have to push above that level if bulls want to keep on chugging along. So just an hourly time frame viewpoint. Here's that daily consolidation. Then boom, popped up. Kind of trading sideways, and we're going to really need to push up on Monday or early next week if bulls want to see continuation. So next week's going to be pretty hectic. I think a lot of companies are coming out with earnings. And speaking of companies in the S&P, Apple. I didn't even look at Apple on Friday, but looking at it right now, it gets me pretty pumped up. So I noted in the past how this was the last daily lower high, this level right here, right? We're on a clear daily downtrend, as you can see, lower highs, lower lows, clear daily downtrend, right? The only way I would want to buy into a company that has a daily downtrend is if the daily trend changes. And that is what Apple is working on right now. So here was that last daily lower high level. As you can see, consolidated a little bit, and then boom, we punched right through it. Broke a key level of resistance, which is good. This was what was going to start to shift the probability that the daily trend is going to change, right? When we see breaking of resistances. We consolidated, and we actually formed a higher low compared to that low over here. And what's going to be important is if we can really punch through and make another higher high on the daily time frame. So not only do we have to get over this level here of 157.88, we also have to punch through 159.36. If we can punch through both of those levels, I will be entering an Apple position and plan to hold it for however long that uptrend continues. And as you can see, we've had a pretty significant drop from the recent all-time highs. So even if I bought in after that resistance level breaks, if it breaks sometime next week, the potential, you don't even have to ride it all the way back up to that all-time high, but that's about 45% after we break those resistance levels. I only need a cool 10%. That would make me happy. That would satisfy my needs, and that's all the way right here. That is not out of the question to come up to here, and if we did come back after that, that's certainly within reason to jump that much if we do change the daily trend. So I'm not aiming for the big 100-200% moves here. I'm just taking these 10-20% trades as much as I can. So I do get a little excited by looking at Apple's chart. It does kind of tells a story of a bullish tail. I want to see a higher high, and we form these higher lows. So I guess all we really need to see is if it's going to play out. Let's go to the hourly time frame just to get a peek. Okay, so yep, that brief daily consolidation. As you can see, hourly downtrend, and then boom, just jumped up, then ran pretty much all day, and we closed pretty much at the high of a couple days ago. So we're gonna have to get over that level, and then of course this short resistance all the way up here, which I think is within full reason. I do think Apple can do that. Obviously, place your own trades at your own risk, but I'm just kind of telling you guys what my game plan is. So recap, I want to see Apple punch through that daily resistance level and then this other resistance level up here, and if that can do so, I will likely enter a position. So Amazon, Amazon is curling up again. I wasn't as favorable of Amazon compared to Apple and Facebook, but Friday, had a nice little pop-up. I said we had to hold this level from this previous low, which we did. We came down, rounded out about, and looks like we're about to push up again. Next resistance level on Amazon is all the way up here at 1716, which is not far away. We'll see what happens. I'm not too crazy bullish on Amazon right now, but, really in order to change this long-term downtrend, we really have to push up past 1778. We have to get past this double top right here. And until that happens, kind of going sideways, I don't really have a preference, to be honest, but that would be the major level that we have to break. And until we break that, I would not be interested in Amazon. Facebook, another one I'm looking at and excited about. So similar to Apple, Facebook has had a daily downtrend. So that means, these lower highs and lower lows. See, lower lows, lower highs, just clear downtrend, right? We are trending down. And, if you're trying to make a long-term investment in a daily downtrend, it's not the best idea in my opinion. Ideally, you'd like to see the daily trend change. And yes, you're not going to nail the bottom. And that's completely fine by me because I'm eliminating so much risk. So it's completely fine. I'll take the meat of the move any day of the week over nailing the bottom because I can't do it. So, Facebook had my interest when we broke this previous lower high, similar to Apple, same story, and boom, punched right up, consolidated for a bit, and now it looks like we're trying to push up again. Yes, this could be a sideways move, but the important part is that we did break that resistance. So any really low higher than 129.74 is okay. That's fine. So even if we come down a bit, we have to form that higher low compared to this low. But this looks good. Facebook could be getting exciting right now, and I might be entering some positions in my portfolio. Netflix. So one heck of a run. Congrats to any Netflix holders. That was an awesome move. So where we stand. So we did see some brief daily consolidation, which is good. Came right about to that middle Bollinger Band. Looks like it's kind of acting as support because we're bouncing off of it. So scenarios that could happen now. We could form a daily equilibrium, meaning, this is the high of the run-up. This is the low of consolidation. So our next daily, we're looking for a lower high, right? That's the least aggressive move, in my opinion. And, we see equilibriums play out all the time, especially after massive moves up. They have some brief consolidation, form that low. And so really I'm looking only for a lower high compared to 358. So anything under 358 could be considered a lower high, and I'm going to watch this to get in a tightening range. And obviously if we broke past 358.85, then that's bullish, and if we fail to hold 318, then that is bearish. Gold. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't see that. That's nice. Wow. So gold initially broke out of this daily tightening range, bearish. That's actually really interesting. Hold on. Came down bearish, and we actually held that level, traded sideways for a couple days, and then just a huge push up. Wow. That's pretty notable for gold bulls right at 1303. Yeah, I didn't anticipate that happening. Hold on, let me zoom into the 4 hour. Okay, yeah, so here's that dump. We broke that daily tightening pattern, came down to right about here, 1276. We held that level, bounced off of it, came up a little bit, double bottom, and then boom. So the break of this level right here is the key to get in, 1286.53, right there. Once that broke, boom, resistance has broken, and then the bulls just kept on buying. Congrats to anyone who played that. That's a nice move on gold. Oil. So I have oil positions. Let's talk about that. Oil, I am bullish on oil because I did see bullish divergence on the daily time frame. So price gets the most oversold on the RSI on this day, but the price continues to make lower lows as the RSI trend is making higher lows. So pretty much bullish divergence, and I am confident that the bulls will have a nice bounce. And I do have a position in UWT, which is a little aggressive, but it is a smaller position, so I believe it's okay. So let's look at the daily time frame. What has to hold here? zoom into the 4-hour. So if we go back to the daily, it does look like we made higher highs and higher lows. So ran up from the bounce, formed that high right here, right? Consolidated briefly, formed a higher low, and then boom, punched through, found a higher high, and then we just formed a higher low. So higher low, and we really need to punch through 54.30. That's kind of the key level. If we punch through 54.30, that's a good thing. That's what we need to push through. And I am bullish, so I'm expecting some continuation. And let's look at UWT real quick. UWT 1364. Okay. Yep, so on UWT the level is going to be where's my high? 1411. So we'll see if we can happen. Keep in mind UWT is a leveraged ETF, so it is risky. Please be careful with leveraged ETFs. Nat gas starting to curl up and see a nice little bounce coming. Closed under the middle Bollinger Band, so it's going to probably act as resistance. Let's see if we can close above it. And if you look at the hourly time frame, but that downtrend has ceased to exist. And yet we're barely starting an hourly uptrend. So you can see it right here. That's the last hourly lower high. Bounce down here, kind of trend upward a bit, kind of test it, reject, form a higher low though compared to these lows over here, and then boom, briefly breach that resistance level. So we're going to see if we can consolidate a bit and then form a higher high on the hourly time frame. And that is it, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Again, we'll see how much the S&P can really run, and until that hourly trend changes, bulls are in control. We're looking for a break past 267 really, and if we can see that, great. Bulls are still in control, but next resistance level being all the way up here. Don't know if we're going to run all the way up there. Obviously, we've had a pretty significant bounce, and I'm just playing the short-term trends. So if you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, please feel free to reach out. I will be happy to respond. And I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll tune in on Monday.